Good evening. Ira Epstein with your Thursday evening financial market wrap-up. And this is for July 7, 2022, 6:45 p.m. Central Time. Big rally day in the stock market. Love it. I don't think the market is bottomed. I think these rallies are to be expected. And in all fairness, I did my job of calling it. I had a bad day today in one market. Natural gas caught me. Didn't expect that big of a rally. Other markets, no, I did fine on those. And you can't win every trade, and you're going to be wrong from time to time. It's the nature of what a trader is. But why would you get really super bullish the stock market here? Let's assume the jobs data comes in as expected at 230,000 jobs and 3.6 unemployment. You think that takes the Fed off path? Let's assume it comes in at 200,000 jobs and unemployment goes up to 3.8. You think that's going to take them off their path? There's nothing in these reports take the Fed off their path. It will take a big event that we don't know anything about to do that. Right now, the Fed's going to raise rates July 26, 27. Whether it's a 50 or 75 basis point hike, I don't know. I don't think they know. I lean to the 75 basis point. Quicker they get it in, quicker they get it done, slow the demand down, I think they're going to feel better about everything. When we take a look at the S&P for the week, you are up 1.84%, and you've stalled the break. No question about it. I'm right there with you. When you look at a daily bar chart, we just had a nice rally. As I told you, you're in an uptrend. You have higher lows, higher highs. Yes, an uptrend. The market now is the third or fourth day. 1, 2, 3. It's as of right now, the fourth day we're trying to stay over the upper 18-day average of closes, not upper Bollinger Band or anything. My brain is going quicker than my mouth. Look where the Bollinger Band comes in. That's your resistance to 39.48. Do you really want to hold on going into the report for that? This guy doesn't want to. Why? Because you're overbought. That's it. Can it get there? Absolutely. Does it have to? No. It's overbought. You have an overbought market that's had a nice bounce. It's going to be, in my opinion, capped something near the 39.50 zone. That's how I'm looking at it. And the play's been made. Past tense. Why go through the report and have to put your mercy as to the market reaction to it? NASDAQ, uptrend into the resistance. Same thing. I don't see why traders would play that. Are we overbought here? Any reading over 70 is overbought. I'm overbought, or the chart is. So I see the same thing. I see resistance there in this market. And in the Russell, are any of these a short sale? Any of them? Not one. Not one. There's reasons to not be short, reasons to have been long, and plenty of reasons to take money off the table as I teach trading. Right in front of that report, the jobs data, let it do its thing. Let traders think about it tomorrow for a bit, and then you can take a fresh look at the market. In the VIX, here we are in a downtrend. As I said, if you drop a lot, are you really going to go back to that Bollinger Band and the 200-day average? Let's assume you do. You don't think you're going to get, I know what the pros are going to do. If you were sitting next to me, I'd be telling you if you get down there to write some puts, looking for the market to at least get back to 27.33, about $4 higher than where that number is, $3-4 range. Minimum could be the 18-day average. You're not embedded, you're oversold. In the T-bond market, we saw 3 days in a row of fighting at the upper band, and away you go back to the downside. Same thing in the 10-year note, right back down. And what did I tell you? I said that's where the pros are coming out. Now, the dollar index had what I called and labeled for you and defined for you last night an upside breakout. That does not mean that I'd ever tell you to buy over an upper Bollinger Band. But it does mean I don't think you're going back under this low for a very long time. You're overbought. That's where I think the pros are taking profit now, at the upper band. Let the market slip back and you take another look at it. And it's the flip-flop in the euro. You have the breakout to the downside. You're getting your follow-through, but you're not embedded. Let it embed. 1, 2, 3 days under the lower Bollinger Band. Give the market room to breathe. Let it come up and take another hard look at it. In the British pound, can you believe it? They lose Boris Johnson. I'm really upset. But first of all, in politics, I don't know what to look at. I had two characters that I loved. Donald Trump, cannot say he's not a character, and the other character, Boris Johnson. They are not politician molds that we're used to. The rest of them out there pretty much are. They can be a dictator. They can be a conservative. They can be a Joe Biden. They can be a lot of things, but these were characters. Now, in the Brits, the big question is, while Mr. Johnson wants to hang on and help with an interim government into September, there is such hate for this man that they're doing everything they can to not let that happen. Unfortunately, this was brought on to the Brits right at the summer recess. Hard to get things done as everybody goes to their country homes, so to speak, in the UK, and we'll see what the heck happens. But I think you're getting the picture there. And the market cheered that he's gone. It rallied. They have nothing but problems. They're going to raise interest rates. They got inflation that's running away coming up. I love it. You have an oversold market. Let it bounce. Let it get rid of that. Then we'll take another look. But I think it's going to be from the short side. I feel great in this market. You lost the embedded reading, and you made your run into the 18-day average. Look at how these Bollinger Bands have narrowed in. Now, there's going to be an awful lot of regulation coming to this market. Are you watching how many lenders are failing? This doesn't go unnoticed by the SEC and the CFTC. If you think it does, boy, are you wrong. I've been in the commodity business since the cowboy days. When I got my license in 1969, I swear to you, there was a yellow legal pad of paper. You walked up to it. It was the old Commodity Exchange Authority. If you want to be a broker, Ira? Yeah. Put your name, your birth date, and everything down there. I swear to you, I was a broker. That was it. There weren't even tests at the very beginning. It was cowboy land, okay? It's not cowboy land anymore. Everything has changed. We in the commodity business have set the pace for regulation because cowboy land does that, right? Well, this is the new cowboy land, and it's not going to get away with what it is, and it's going to change. I didn't say Bitcoin's not going away. You're not hearing me say that. I'm not saying it's going to zero. Nothing like that. Okay, I think it has a place in investment portfolios. I have no idea what the real worth of it is, but that's unimportant. I'm a trader. As a trader, I can trade a chart pattern. That's my view on it. Brent versus WTI has narrowed in almost about 80, 90 cents, the differential. You got down to what I called the support area, the combination of the 100-day average, the lower Bollinger Band in an oversold market. I think the pros just came out of this. Sidelines. You have not turned the trend back up. You still have lower highs, lower lows, but you hit your targets. There's a time when you take your money off the table. Same thing happened in WTI, identical pattern. And gasoline, identical pattern, no change. And by the way, one of you wrote me, and I appreciate it. I know the service stations only make pennies. It could be more, it could be a dime, something like that a gallon. I know the 59 cents, and I appreciated you saying it. I'm not saying I didn't appreciate it. I did. That 59 spread between where it leaves the refinery and makes it where it's at gets split up a lot of different ways. But it's a lot of money to split up. It's normally not 59 cents on that. That's my point. I have friends in that business. That's why I say it. I realize how hard service stations it is to make money. You need a real big volume one to do well. Go to Europe. I love when they wash your windshield. They fill up your car in different spots. Then you can get more money. Why not? That's a nice experience. I remember that as a kid. But in any case, you're down to the area of support. I can see where people came out. I got caught on this. I was wrong this trade. You lost your embedded reading. Take a look with me. Bingo. Lost it today. And you had to be gone by the close. Now, let me define close. These markets close at settle is the right word. They settle first at 1:30. They close trading at 4 o'clock. You got a 2.5-hour time frame. And when I tell traders, hey, if it's over 21 to the out, you have from 1:30 until 4. If the market's pulling back, put stops in. Let the market do its retracements if that's what it's doing. And it did that. So the settlement was high, but that is also why, if you take a look, the market, as you can see, correcting a little bit because it was doing that late in the day. Doesn't mean I was right. I was dead wrong on the trade, okay? 100% wrong. Thank God I told traders to just trade half their normal size into that particular trade. Thank God. What I really should have done is gone for the mini contract, not the full size. But that's water under the bridge, and it's a loss. And folks, if you think people don't lose, boy, are you wrong. Every trader has losing trades. By the way, speaking of the energy market, I just watched how many shares Warren Buffett's Berkshire is buying in Occidental Petroleum. Are you aware what he's been doing? I think over the past week and 2 weeks, he's bought like 21, 22 million shares. He's a big-time investor. He's a value investor, right? What's he saying about energy prices? Him buying that doesn't think that the profit margins are going away. That's my interpretation as to how he's doing with that. But a better play for you is learning the slow stochastics, learning the Bollinger Bands. How do you put this into your trade arsenal? I've had people write me today, Ira, should I use it on day trades and so on? No, I don't think so. I use it on daily charts. Can you use it on weeklies? Yeah. Can you use it intraday? I don't see why not. Do I? There's a huge difference between I don't know, I imagine you can, and what I teach and where I teach. I love it on the daily chart. Can I be any clearer to everybody? Another question was asked about, do I backtest? Why? It's right in front of you. Take a look. Once you take the course, take a look at a chart. You see them all. I'm not trying to program it to do something. I don't believe in mechanical trading. I think that you should be what's called an involved trader. Okay, not a mechanical trader. Do I want to make that trade? Don't I? Oh, my system is saying that. God darn it. If all these systems worked, do you think I wouldn't own them and be one of the richest guys around? Remember when they used to sell these systems that were guaranteed to make you money? They don't exist. If they did, why is he selling it? So when I give you these courses, it's because I don't care what market you look at, these are high probabilities of things, momentum, loss of it, market reacts. Pretty darn simple. Take a look at this and learn. Welcome. I'm Ira Epstein, and I'm here to talk about my enhanced Bollinger Band course. Now, many of you have taken my regular charting course, and if not, you might think you know something about Bollinger Bands. As you know, Bollinger Bands are an algorithm designed to keep the market trading within it 95% of the time. And on a chart, it will offer on the top part resistance, on the bottom support, and the idea is the market will travel within them. We know that sometimes it latches onto that band, goes up or goes down. Well, how do you play with that? Can you pyramid the positions off that type of thinking? Well, I've applied all three of these into 13 different videos that teach you my concept of it. And from that concept, you're able to work with weekly charts and or daily charts. The 13 videos, each about 7 minutes long. The idea here is not to put you in school forever, but to teach. Now, if you haven't tried my complete futures research, I throw that in as well. Whether you've tried this or not, I think it's worth taking a look at. I think you're going to learn something from there. That research, by the way, covers twice daily market updates for you and access to what I call window envelope numbers, which I think are very important when looking at these Bollinger Bands. The next part is a trial to our charting software so you can make your charts look the same way that mine do. It's that simple. Where do you go with it and how do you get all this? It's simple. You go to our website, www.iraepstein.com. If you go to the word education, everything you need is answered there. You can also call my staff. They'll be happy to help you get set up. I'm Ira Epstein on the road to your education.